Hey there, how is your day going? I hope your morning started out great. Mine started out a little bit slow and I have a super busy day. I was thinking that I would tackle something that I've been procrastinating over for about a year. Yes, a whole year. And then, oh, you've got to see this. 1 second. Just in case you didn't believe me, there's that bird. Oh, I hate him. Oh, that little guy is such a terror. I need to calm down. Okay, welcome back to Safe at Homestead. For those of you that are new here, welcome. My name is Elena and I am mini steading in the desert of New Mexico on 1,600 square feet. Today we're gonna take care of the inside for the most part. Yesterday I wasn't feeling well at all, so my hubby took care of the chickens and he watered the gardens and he made me dinner. Is your hubby anything like mine? He makes dinner, but then the kitchen is left a disaster. I appreciate him feeding me and I don't mind coming out here and taking care of the kitchen. So I have to take care of that and then I will share with you guys the thing that I've been procrastinating about. Maybe we can do that together. You guys haven't seen these babies in a while. There's Zuma and Sweet Pea. This one is Maya. That one's Rosie. So Rosie and Snow. Sweet Pea and Maya. Zuma. Who's missing? Rosie. Back under there. Somebody's missing. Oh. They're underneath. Who is making that noise? What? Do you hear them complaining? I think they wait till the big girls have finished eating. And then they get in there. Listen to them. Here's another fairy egg. It's a mistake egg. I thought this was maybe one of the little ones starting to lay, but nope. There's usually no yolk in here. This is the third or fourth one that we've gotten. I think this is the third one. Put it in my pocket with the other ones. See, now the littles are starting to come out and eat, now that the big ones are mostly done. They're smart. They don't get in their way. So I bought this feather fixer by Nature Wise. It has 18% protein and it's supposed to help them with the molting. So I have mixed it with their regular feed. But today I'm going to try and just ferment this. So for the next 2 days they're going to get straight fermented feather fixer. And hopefully that will help them. Dirty stove and pot. Somebody baked cookies last night. Chicken feed that needs to be fermented. Empty bottles that had fermented chicken feed. Eggshells that need to be broken up for the chickens. Bananas that need to be made into banana bread. Berkey that needs to be filled. Empty mineral water bottle that should be outside with that little drip irrigation contraption. Dirty dishes. Let's get started. quick update. The pan is clean, the stove is clean. I am boiling water to make sweet tea. I went to the basement, which is really the storage bottom part of our RV, and pulled this out. I got a couple of these at Target at the dollar spot for $5 maybe 3 years ago, and I've used it in so many different places for so many different reasons. And today I think I'm going to use it to store the butter, just to hold the butter and the spoon rest. These two things seem to get in the way a lot on this little space. This is my prep area right here. This is RV living. This is my entire prep area. And I decided to change this thing out. This is something I got from IKEA that I kept my flatware in. And I just got something else. This is also from IKEA. I think it was meant to be a plant pot. So I am putting my flatware in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in these two spots. But for now, it's working. I took care of the dishes. I love an empty sink, especially in the morning when I first wake up. That doesn't always happen, but that is my goal for each evening, to make sure that the sink is empty, so that in the morning, this is what I get up to. The chicken feed is fermenting. The Berkey is full. Took care of the eggs. I don't know if I'm going to get to these bananas today, but maybe. We'll see. All right, let's move on to the next thing. So my girls really loved the sprouted corn. I am definitely going to keep doing that for them. I usually don't give them corn till the weather starts to get cooler. So I probably will just use up this corn and then start again in the fall with the sprouted corn. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. I will definitely be getting a new one of these, or buying one of these. This is the mesh strainer that I made from that Dollar Tree spatter guard. It worked very well, but you can see the rust forming around the edges and the rust that's in here. So I will definitely be purchasing one of these. Hopefully I can find a kit that just has the ring and the mesh, and I don't need jars, so I don't want to spend money on jars. But yes, so let me put this together and then I will show you guys the fodder. I meant to show it to you yesterday, and I didn't feed it to the chickens yesterday just because I wanted you to see it. Alright, so I just eyeballed it this time. I think last time I put 2/3 cup, but I don't know. This time I put about a quarter, or just under a quarter, of this quart jar, and I'm just going to leave it in some water for the next 8 hours or so and let it soak up as much water as possible. Then I'm going to just rinse it and empty the jar of water and just leave it out there and let it do its thing. I found, by the way, that laying it on its side was better for the corn than leaving it upright like this, because then the corn could spread out on the side of the jar, and I think the sprouting process went faster when I did that. Okay, so here is my new batch of lentils that I'm going to be sprouting. Actually, I started these yesterday, and I already see some. Let's see, here's a little one right here. Oops, and I broke off the sprout, but I just wanted to show you guys that I soaked them yesterday for about 8 hours, and then I rinsed them, put them in here, and I'm going to rinse them right now again. But let's look at the fodder. Look at that. How exciting is that? This is amazing. I am trying to figure out how I can do this on a larger scale, but there's no way that I can do it inside my house, and I'm not sure it would work outside. But anyway, this is just, I'm just fascinated by this and so excited to give it to my girls. They are gonna really love it. I wanted to show you the bottom so you could see this mat of roots that forms, so it'll be interesting. Let's see, Oh, look, it pulls out kind of like a carpet of fodder. Yeah, this is gonna be really fun feeding it to my girls. Okay, we're gonna move over to this area. This is our table. It at one point was a dining area, but not anymore. It's more of a desk, and as the only other real surface in the RV, it becomes a catch-all very quickly. So let's tackle that. When stuff gets lost, let's see, not lost, but buried, out of sight, out of mind. This is a package from M.I. Gardner. It's probably been here, oh my gosh, a week, maybe? What did I need? Oh yes. Oh, I wanted the Oriental Yard Long Bean. I thought this would be great to try. In my mind, I was thinking less plant, less beans, but more production, right? Because one of these yard long beans could be 4 beans. So, yeah. The cucamelons are here. We decided we wanted the cucamelons because, like the strawberries, this is something that we love to just pick and eat in the garden. Oh, they're so crunchy and refreshing, and I like having them. So I'm gonna find a place to put these. I got some lavender, Munstead lavender. I am not sure if lavender grows. Let's see. I don't know if lavender actually blooms the first year. Does anybody know? Because I have gotten lavender here, and let's see, my first year I got some lavender. It had blooms, they promptly fell off, and nothing ever happened with it again. It didn't come back the second year, and then it just died. But I wonder if if it's one of those things like echinacea that blooms the second year. Okay, and then my coupon. Let's see. All right, so that's from M.I. Gardner. And this I know came 2 days ago. This is from Amazon. I meant to deal with it yesterday, but I was under the weather. And this I got because of the cherries. Did I show you guys the cherries? I think I did. I think I did show you the cherries. And so this is the Easy Gel. Instantly thickens sauces, gravies, desserts, and more. And I want to make like a pie filling with the cherries that I got, but I'm not going to use it as pie filling. I'm thinking more like hand pies or tarts or something like that. My hubby does not like fruit pies, so I don't usually make pies, but I can make a small something for myself. And you cannot can fillings, etc. with cornstarch or anything like that that would thicken it, because of uneven canning. The heat doesn't go permeate the jar evenly, and you could have problems. So this is instant modified food starch. It's non-GMO, gluten-free, and so I am going to use this to make my cherry filling. So I'm glad that came. That won't be happening today though. Okay, this little corner is tidied. My computer is ready. I just need to put a couple of things here that I will be needing. On to the next thing. Do you guys hear the wind? Desert living is dusty. So I'm just gonna dust this little area, put some oils in my diffuser. I love having this running during the day. I was trying to think about how I want to feel. I am busy, and I feel a little bit of tension because I feel like I'm running out of time. But I found a blend called Orchard Blossoms, and it has frankincense, wild orange, and ylang ylang, 2 drops each. So that's what I'm gonna do. Frankincense, wild orange, ylang ylang. Like it already. Alrighty, there it is. Now this area is taken care of as well. I just realized that there are some things for this evening that I needed to do on my computer. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so I'm gonna get to doing that, and I am going to say that I'm gonna procrastinate on that project one more day because this is time sensitive and I need to do it right now. Hey friends, I was not able to do anything after I got on the computer to do that work for my Zoom event, which was a success, by the way. The weekend just whizzed by. I was so busy on Saturday. I did get a chance to run to the farmer's market. On Sunday we were out of town, and I came back home to devastation. That bird, actually I think it's 2 of them, those birds, tried to save my onions and everything else that they dug up, and then I was just so exhausted. But today I got up with renewed energy and was so excited to see my pre-sprouted seeds. I'm going to share that with you guys, and then I'll take you along as I get those in the ground and do a few other things. Come on, let's go. Look at these roots. This is amazing. Look at that. I don't know why I don't do this all the time. This is the Suyo long cucumber. You guys, I put these, let's see, it was Wednesday when I put these in the paper towels. They sprouted 2 days later on Friday, and it's Monday. I just got tied up over the weekend, but I just need to always do this. Let's look at all the rest of the cucumbers before I do anything else. So I was debating whether to put these in little plant cells and let them grow a little, or if to put them right in the ground. They're going right in the ground. This is the early fortune. They're going in the ground today. Armenian long. I should do this with every seed and just look at those roots. I should never worry about just putting them in the ground. I should always do this before I put any seeds in the ground. By the way, I was at the farmer's market on Saturday, and a couple of the farmer ladies were saying the same thing. That even though our days are in the 80s, whoa, look at that. Even though our days are in the 80s, our nights are not warm enough for seeds, especially peppers. So that's why they didn't have that many pepper plants to sell. They did have some, but just coming up in their gardens as well. They want to have peppers to sell, like peppers, and nothing has come up yet. So 40s. Whoa. Why didn't I do this with my corn from the get-go? These are going in right now. So they were saying that high 40s and low 50s here anyway is not warm enough for seeds overnight, and that's what we've been having. Even though the temps are high in the daytime, they need to be warmer at night. So I guess my friend and I were on the right track when we were talking about why our seeds weren't sprouting. These are the tomatillo and tomato, and on Friday when I checked and all the other seeds had sprouted, there was no activity with these. So I'm gonna wet these a little bit more. And it's quite damp, but I went ahead and wet these because there's still no activity there. They're still not sprouted. These aren't old seeds. As a matter of fact, this is a 2023 seed, so is this one, and there was no activity in this one either. Let's see what's happened since. A couple of them look like they may be starting to sprout. These tomatoes are stubborn, huh? Okay, I wet this one some more as well, and I'm gonna leave these. I might put them in a warm spot. I might put them near a window. A couple of things I'm gonna do before I go outside to plant those pre-sprouted seeds is to get my second batch of fodder going. I had this soaking all day yesterday. It's working so well, and I figured out I was silly. I was saying that I can only fit 2 of these baskets, and I was hoping that I could fit 3, and how on earth was I gonna do it? Crazy me. Let me show you what I did. It wasn't that big a deal. I just had the baskets this way, horizontally, which could only fit 2. But here's my setup now. I have 3 set up here. This one is a few days old. You can see it already has some green showing. This one is today, and probably in 2 or 3 days I will do another batch, because I want to have I want to be able to give it to them as often as possible. I'm thinking every 2 to 3 days. The next thing that I'm going to do before going outside to take care of those seeds is to make my own cold brew. I buy, let me show you what I buy. I get Trader Joe's cold brew and I love it. They used to have another one. I think it had coconut oil in it. I haven't been able to get it for a long time. Since the pandemic, they were telling me that coconut related things are hard to come by. So yeah, this is all they have right now. And I've been getting this for several months and I like it. It costs $8 for 32 ounces. And it's in Albuquerque. So it's a little bit of a trip for me. If I'm not going to Albuquerque, you know, I have been known to go to Albuquerque just to get my cold brew. So yesterday when we stopped by Sprouts, I decided to get some coffee. So from what I could read online, you want to have coarse ground coffee, and that's what I did. You guys, before I was ever any kind of coffee drinker, I just love the smell of coffee. My friends used to bring me bags of coffee and say, "You're gonna like this one," and I used to just leave it on my kitchen counter because I love the smell. It's a good nose palate cleanser too if you smell too many things, or you want to get a smell out of your nose, you can smell coffee. So I chose a Colombian blend. And let's see, it's supposed to be, the ratio is 3, it's 1/4 cup of beans, ground beans, to 1 cup, I'm trying to think, am I saying this right? Yes, 1/4 cup of beans to 1 cup of water. So originally I thought, oh, I'm gonna make a whole half a gallon of this, but then I thought, you know what if it's just not the same? What if you don't like it? So plus it doesn't have as long of a shelf life. So what I'm going to do is just make a quart. So I have 3/4 cups of ground beans. Oh, that's pretty coarse. And I'm going to add 3 cups of water, and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to go put filtered water in here from the Berkey. I don't know that I need to, but that's what I decided to do, just to make sure I get a really clean taste. And so now it just needs to sit for 12 to 18 hours. I probably will come back to it around hour 12, between 12 and 14. I'm just a little bit nervous that it'll be too strong, and I'm also afraid of bitterness. So I'm going to check it around 12 hours maybe and see what I think. And if this works, let's see, it cost me, I got 1 pound, or just over a pound of coffee beans, and I did the grinding myself at Sprouts, and it was just over $3. So, and I think I have enough to do probably another quart, so it will cost me less than $4 for 64 ounces. So I hope this works, and I will keep you guys updated on it. For those of you who like cold brew, that's what I do with this anyway. I do like coffee, but you have to really doctor up coffee for me. It has to be a certain kind of coffee. I need honey in it. I need, all the things. But when it comes to my cold brew, I just need to get some milk, add some of this, and put a little bit of sugar or honey, and I'm good to go. And I'm going to start drinking it cold, which I have not tried before, but now that the summer is all almost upon us. Well, it is upon us and it's hot. I'm gonna try some cold brew. Cold and see how I like it. Okay, I heard some drizzle and for a second there I thought, is it gonna rain? Is this a joke? It was a joke. It doesn't rain here very often. All right, let's go outside and see what we can do with the seed. Okay, I spent a little time covering up my onions. It is not the most attractive thing, but it will do for now. I don't have any more clamps. I really don't want to spend any money on this project. I could remove clamps from other beds and put them here, but I don't want to do that. And either way, these PVC arches that I use are too long, so they're very tall here and they take up a lot of this fabric. So I just stuck them in the ground and just bent them down like you see, and I'm holding them down with some pins and some landscaping pins and some pieces of wood. This one is landscaping pins and some, let me show you what I did. I just put some stones and bricks and whatever it took, and hopefully these two are protected. I might go to Walmart to see if they have any what is that called, that netting fabric. It should be pretty inexpensive, should be. And then I will cover this part and this part, or maybe this bed, I don't know. I have, yeah, this is the most important thing to me right now, is the onions. They're not bothering these onions over here for whatever reason, and I think even though there are some worms in there that I put in when I was setting this up, they may not be aware, I don't know, but they know that this is full of worms and probably bugs as well, so they're in here more often than anywhere else. They're also over here and over here, but mostly it's where the onions are. Okay, so that's done, and what I did here is I watered this very well here, and I am going to put, actually from over here, I'm going to put the pre-sprouted cucumber seeds just the way I have them. I have I have the Armenian yardlong out here, Suyolong here, Bait Alpha here, and Early Fortune right here. I am thinking, because of where this is, I mean, the seed could have moved with this spray, but probably not. So I'm thinking that this is a Suyolong. So I may not plant another Suyolong here. I'll just do the Armenian yardlong, Bait Alpha, and Early Fortune. Okay, let's do this. By the way, I fertilized and watered well before I covered it. These things, although they do, I mean, I watered them yesterday, and this fabric is water permeable, so if it rains or I water or whatever, it will go through. But I wanted to put the there's a rabbit. He walked right by the open gate. There he is, you Derek. Keep going. Anyway, I fertilized, and I didn't want to fertilize through this. So yeah, let me go close my gate and start putting these seeds in. Even though these are pre-sprouted, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 just in case. I watered, but not well enough because this is barely damp at the level that I'm putting these seeds. You know what? I'm going to put 3. Better safe than sorry. Who knows what's going to happen with these. Okay, I will come back and water. So that's the Armenian yardlong. Look at the seeds, the roots on this bait alpha. This is a bean plant. I had about 4 or 5 beans here. That's the only one that survived. Oops. Right now I am watering my potatoes over there. As soon as I'm done, I will water these in. Right now, I'm gonna go plant the corn. It's been, I don't know how long, how many weeks it's been in that pot. Nothing's happened. So it needs some assistance. Okay, I decided to move the hose and water these now anyway, because it's gonna be a little bit of time till I finish with the potatoes, and I wanted to get these really soaked right away. And I just decided that I'm going to go ahead and put another 1 or 2 of the suyo long, even though one did come up, just in case. Let's do 3. Well, 2 more. All right, I mulched lightly. Let's go do the corn. This is the pot where the corn is. I don't remember how many I put in there. I think I did put quite a bit. Look at that. How many do I have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how many I'm going to put in this pot. I'm not sure. Okay, I put them all. One of them broke off. I just threw it down there. So let's see what happens with these. Just in case you haven't heard me talk about these before, they are really small corn. I think they're only about this tall. You get 3 to a stalk, I think. And the stalks only get to be like 5 feet. 3 to 5 feet, something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to water this. And originally I was going to put, well, I did put some seed in here. And then when they came up, I was going to put some more in there and then some more in that third one. That's not going to happen now. I'm just going to use this one and that one. Or actually, I'll use this one and, yeah, this one and that one. Over here, I'm going to put some more basil and a tomato that I bought at the farmer's market. I can't stop buying basil. Oh, I love the smell. These were only $3.50 for 4. And I got this Better Boy tomato. I'm going to put that in here. Oh, you know what? This has to go pretty deep, so let me get a little trowel. You guys, I went to get the trowel and I saw something pretty exciting. So the reason I got this tomato is because I just really felt like I needed to see a tomato growing. Oh, wait a minute. Looking through here because this looks like a corn that I may have planted. And I remember when my husband moved these from the location they originally were in, these containers, he wasn't 100% sure of the spots they were in. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because whether this was the one with the corn or that was the one with the corn, it's not growing, so be it. All right, let's get this tomato in. I'm going to pause again because I want to get some bone meal. All right, I put bone meal and Epsom salt. This is really, really dry, so have to make sure I put in quite a bit of water in here. All right, moving on. Look at this sorry bed. Oh, I worked on it last night and look at it now. See, this is my concern right here. When they expose my onions like that, it's not good. All right. Okay, so we're right across from where I just planted the cucumbers over here. On the outside of this bed, that way, are the tomato seeds that haven't done anything yet. So on the inside, I'm going to plant these other two basil that I have, and then I'm going to show you the thing that got me excited. All right, I got those two in. Now let's move over here to the left. And we're over at my Eleni Star tomatoes. This is empty, it needs to be refilled. See these green leaves? So I was concerned because this was just droopy and lime green. I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I see that it's making a comeback. Her sister, who seemed to be doing well all along, actually has a tomato. The first tomato of the season. Oh my goodness, where is it? There it is. Never planted this tomato before, but I have high hopes for it. I am so excited. Yeah, this has been a tough season, and as I've mentioned before, it's not just me, and I don't want anyone to have a hard time, but knowing that even some of the experts are having a hard time, and by experts I mean people that have farms, it makes me hopeful. It makes me feel like it's not that I'm doing something wrong, and so things will change, hopefully, for the better. This little patch here, I shared it with you in my garden tour. I kept some little patches open where things were growing so you could see. Everything that was there is gone. And there's no dried up bits, so I know it's the bird. But there are some other areas where things are coming up. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, now what are we doing? Oh, the procrastination. The procrastination. In 2 months, it will be a whole year, I think, since I've been procrastinating with this. So let's just get it done. So for this cold brew coffee, I only got about 2 2/3 cups of coffee, of cold brew. So I decided to go ahead and put what was in the strainer back in the jar, and there was quite a bit left in the jar. So I just did the process again. I just added filtered water, and I'm going to leave this one out again till tonight. It will be around 12 hours, 13 hours, and then see how it compares to this one in strength. It would be great if I could do them, use each batch of coffee grounds twice. This is good. I usually use 2 parts milk, 1 part coffee, and when I have it hot. So I did the same thing for cold. I sweetened it with honey. I melted some of the honey in a little bit of water on the stove because otherwise the honey wouldn't really melt in this cold drink. And I like it. It's not as strong as the cold brew from the store, but I like that about it. Usually I'm putting a little bit less than the instructions call for because it's kind of strong for me. But this is awesome. I really like it. So I will continue to make this for sure. I hope that the second batch is close in strength to this and not too weak. But I'm thinking that even if it's equal, I will just mix them together and get a whole quart. I'm sorry, yeah, get a whole quart. And this is definitely going to be a way for me to save money. I like it enough that I probably will not buy coffee. Well, I won't buy cold brew anymore. I'll just buy the grounds, coffee grounds, and make my own. Love it. A little homemade whipped cream. Don't need to wait till October for pumpkin spice. Done. All right, so it is starting. I just wanted to give the chickens their breakfast, and of course I had to go check on seeds, but it was okay. It was very brief. So I am just gonna get some veggies ready to roast. That's the first part of, well, an important part to this project that I'm doing. These garlics were from the store and I've had them for a while, so some of it is dried. I pulled out the dried cloves as best I could. This one's from the farmer's market. I think that's enough. Is it enough? I don't know. My husband says you can't ever have too much garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and add another one because if we don't use it for this, we use it for something else. I didn't get to start this the day that I wanted to originally. I'm just going to put those tops in there because there's little bits of garlic in there. And I'm going to do one more onion. And I like using calabacitas in this process. So I tried starting some in my garden and the bird pulled one out, and the other one, I don't know what happened, it just shriveled up. If I find some more, I will try put them in again. I don't think I have seeds. Do I have seeds? I don't know. I will look. If I have seeds, I will start from seeds. If not, I will find some at the grocery store. But I love, these are so soft and so nice. So I washed them and I'm just gonna do some big thick rounds. It doesn't have to be special. I don't know if I have room for both of those. I do want to put a yellow squash in there as well. Tuck these in anywhere that I can. I might take a half of an onion out because, to be honest, you know what? I'm going to take this whole thing out. Just use one. And I'll tell you why. Is because I won't. In the past I have. done big batches of this stuff, but I don't want to try to take on a big batch of anything. It is hot. I'm gonna have to have my oven on for this, and I don't want to have the oven on a long time, so I don't want to do this a second time. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. That is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to put some olive oil on here. Let me get that. Put it in the oven, and then we will go outside to get the star of this whole project. There. All right, let's go. I stopped briefly to check on the girls. Everybody's hot. I know, Tiny. I know. She's our complainer. Whew. See that hole there? That hole there? That hole there? I don't know if you can see them, but everybody is panting. They are digging their little holes, dust bathing, just trying to be cool. I know, honey. So I brought the mister out for them. Let me change the position here because I don't like it when this thing here gets full of water, the cover. That's a little bit better. Ooh, now I'm getting wet. I have to tell the mister to bring home a couple of bags of ice to put that out here for them. They like that. I put it in a big container with some water. They like to put their feet in it and to peck on the ice, and that's good for them. Everybody's gathering around. They know I'm giving them something. Oh. This is just some frozen peas and carrots, ice, and a little bit of water. Entertainment, cool them off a little bit. Yeah, come check it out, you guys. If you haven't guessed what my project is yet, I'm outside in my freezer, looking in the first freezer to see what I can find. I'll give you a second, see if you can guess. I see some. I have tomatoes from last year that I did not process. And yeah. So I have some cherry tomatoes here. Quite a few. I'll just take one bag. Cherry tomatoes, I found out, have tons of seeds. I didn't realize how many seeds they had. I use them for salsa. I made cherry tomato salsa. That's what I did with most of them. And oh my gosh, straining for days and taking, well, not really days, but a lot of straining and taking out the seeds. And the salsa still had a lot of seeds. Oops, oops. Okay, here's another bag. Now these tomatoes, yeah, I'll go ahead and take them. I like the smaller, like Romas better, and I have some of those in here somewhere. I just don't know where for sure. Here's some more. I'm gonna leave these. I'm gonna check in the other freezer. I think I may have put some of the Romas in there, and I like to have a mixture of tomatoes. So let me check over there. It is so hot in here. It's 91 degrees, which is why I took the mister out there for the chickens. I don't know if we can get all the way in this corner. This is a, what is this, 7 by, where did I put that basket? 1 second. Yeah, this is a 7 by 8 or 7 by 9 shed. I think it's 7 by 8. It's super small. So we may not be able to, well, that's not a bad view. I have this laundry basket here that I am putting stuff in. Oh, Roma tomatoes here. It's a bunch of Romas. I'm going to take these. I'm afraid to take much more because, but let me at least try to see what I have. Lots of cherry tomatoes. We were pulling cherry tomatoes like crazy the last day before our first frost. It was super, super windy. We were outside bundled up and we were just like picking machines, my husband and I. I tried to give away these cherry tomatoes, but nobody wanted to come get them. Nobody wanted to pick them. So here's some more. Hold on. Here's some more Romas. Can you see that? This bag is Romas. Cherries, cherries. Over here I have cherries. Cherries. I have tons of cherry tomatoes. Do you guys do anything with cherry tomatoes? You know, when I send my husband out here with a bag of stuff to put in the freezer, he just puts the whole bag. Oh, here's some more Roma tomatoes over here. I don't know if you can see that. And here's some other larger tomatoes. Whew, it is too hot. I am going in. Let's see. Did I say I was taking these? Yeah, these are Romas. I'm taking those. Let me get these back in here. I bought these drumsticks to can, and I never got to them. We've eaten some of them, but I do want to can them. It is so super convenient. Okay, here's a pizza. Some mashed potatoes. Some of those peppers that we sliced up together and froze. Let's go. Get this basket away. And here is my, I am sweating. Here's my grocery bag of tomatoes that I will use today to finally get some pasta sauce made. That's why I need the roasted veggies. All right, let's go. I'm kind of, well, right now I'm just getting the frozen tomatoes in this Instant Pot, and I am a little bit, I'm second guessing myself whether I should put the cherry tomatoes in here, because I don't want to ruin my sauce because of the tomatoes being so, see that? That's just a piece of the tomato that I cut off because it may have had a crack, or it may have had something that I didn't want to freeze it that way. this one too, but they're still good. This isn't on yet, and the reason why, usually I have this on manual, and I'm putting the tomatoes in and they just start to cook down. Right now I'm just trying to think about where I want to put this Instant Pot. The reason is because it's a little bit of a story. Last year our RV air conditioning broke, and we decided to go with a mini split unit, which works well, but when it's really, really hot or really, really cold, and it has to work harder, so whether we have to turn the temp up or turn the temp down, depending on what we need, then we blow a fuse. And I think this, where I would plug this in normally right here, I think is going to blow a fuse. So I would turn, I think I'm going to turn the mini split down. It is hot, but I'll get myself a cold drink. I think it's kind of cooling down. I mean, I think it's cool enough in here that I can turn it down, not off. And, well, let's see if I can plug this in without having a breaker blow. Okay, so I turned the air conditioner to 75, and I made sure the turbo feature was turned off, and we'll see what happens here. I love my original Instant Pot. It was simple. It had a manual setting. This one I bought because I could can in it. It has a canning feature, but it's more, I don't know, for me, more challenging to use. So I guess, I don't know if I should use pressure cook or saute. I've never done it in this pressure cooker, this Instant Pot. I think I've always used my old one. So it broke and I had to get rid of it. I'm gonna do saute because yeah, saute is right, because I'm not closing this up. I'm leaving it open, and I'm leaving it open, and this is just gonna cook down slowly, and as it goes down I will add more tomatoes, and then I will add my veggies that I'm roasting, and then I'll bring you guys along for the rest of the process. It's super easy. It's not a stand over a pot stirring, or you have to take a day off to be home all day making pasta sauce. That's not for me. So I can hear some boiling going on. I just move the frozen ones to the bottom, and the ones that are starting to defrost, this is still frozen, but move those to the top to the best of my ability. I might have to take a little bit of water out of this. These big ones I don't like to use for sauce. I do mix I never use just these big ones because they're very watery and they're not ideal. So I might have to pour some of the water off, because not only was the tomato full of water in of itself, but then the water from being frozen. So, but they're breaking down pretty good, the ones on the bottom. And I think I have some more aromas, so that's what I'm going to add instead of these other big ones. And just keep moving them around. Get some more aromas. I literally just picked these tomatoes, made sure there were no stems, and threw them in a grocery bag and threw them in the freezer. And I made tons of pasta sauce, and whoops, what did I do? Okay, I made tons of pasta sauce last year, and tomato sauce. We use a lot of pasta sauce, and I think we just used the last jar. I don't think I have one jar of pasta sauce left, which was incentive to do this, although, come on, I think it was sometime in September that we picked these and froze them, and my plan was to get right to them. Oh my gosh, yeah, October, November, December went by, and January, February, I was like, oh, thinking about the new garden and thinking about these tomatoes and saying to myself, you should get this done before the new tomatoes come in. And did I do it? No. Okay, so I'll come back when this is all cooked down, all the tomatoes are cooked down, the excess moisture is reduced, and it's time to put in the roasted vegetables. I was just thinking that when I made my pasta sauce, I actually put the roasted vegetables in with the frozen tomatoes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I do have to squeeze the garlic out of the garlic skins, so I'll do that and then I'll be back. Okie doke. I used most of the garlic, but I left a few cloves for the mister. He loves to eat them just like that. So we're almost ready. I know it still looks watery. I took some of the water out because it was getting too full, but see, most of the tomatoes are soft now. I'll just give it a few more minutes. Okay, so there was one last tomato that was still mostly frozen, but I think I feel it. This one right here, it just has a little corner that's still frozen, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so the one thing that I did not have to put in this tomato sauce that I did last year is sweet peppers. I did have sweet peppers and green peppers. I just didn't want to defrost, want to go get them from the freezer and grill them. I forgot to put them with all the other vegetables. So if I feel like it when I'm cooking it up to serve, I will add that to it if I want to. So I just put in some Italian seasoning. Last year I had a bunch of oregano, a bunch of dried basil, a bunch of fresh basil. Oh look, I have some basil here now that I think of it. This is, some of it is dry, some of it is not. This is from pinching the basil that's outside to bush it out. So I've been pinching my basil. So yeah, so last year I had basil and oregano fresh. So because I don't have the peppers in there, even though those were not hot peppers, we like a little spice in our spaghetti sauce. So I am putting in some crushed red peppers. I am putting in a little bit of sugar. What is this? This is a 1/3 cup measure, and I had half of that. And then I'm just going to put some salt. I'm just guesstimating. I really don't know how much I'm putting, and I'm hoping that I didn't put too much. Okay, I don't think I put too much. This is a bunch of sauce. So I'm going to stir it up a little bit just to get things started. And I turned off, unplugged the Instant Pot, because I know that plugging in my stick blender, it would definitely blow a fuse. So this is the next thing that I do, is I blend it with my stick blender. It is hot in here. I just turned the air back on. Whew. Spice-wise, I think it's okay. I think it needs some more salt. I probably won't taste much of these crushed red peppers because really you have to heat those up, or at least I find that I need to. When I cook it with vegetables, I need to put it in the pan and let it cook a little bit. It releases the oils, and then that's when you taste the spice. So I won't put any more in here. I think I'm going to put some more spice, and I think I'm going to put some more sugar, and I am missing the basil, but that's okay. That's something I can add later. Most of the work is done. I mean, all of the work is done. It is pasta sauce. It's going to be canned. When I want to use it later and I pull it out of my cupboard, I'm just pouring it in to a saucepan or whatever I'm using, warming it up. I'll give it a taste, and whatever I need to add, I will add. Oh, I know what I could put in here. Where is it? I am going to put my Italian cuisine blend in there. I think, let me see what's in here. It has olive oil, thyme oil, rosemary, basil, marjoram, and oregano oil. So yeah, definitely put some of that. I think I got 4 or 5 drops. It's pretty strong, but this is a big pot. Okay, so it is done, you guys. Oh, and there goes the smell of the oregano. I can also smell the thyme. None of those things are ready in my garden. None of them are even doing well. Let's see, rosemary is. Rosemary is the only thing doing okay in my garden right now. This is so funny. I wish you guys could have seen. I mean, I was just trying to adjust things and trying to figure out how to do this so that you can see what I am doing. I don't have much room. So I have 4 quart jars in here. I may not have 4 quart jars, but I'm just going to fill my jars, put them back in the water bath canner, and can them up. But I wanted to, whoa, that's a whole zucchini. A whole piece of zucchini that did not get blended. When you're making your spaghetti sauce, this spaghetti sauce is not exactly the same as last year's spaghetti sauce. And you know, when you go to the store, you buy different kinds. You know, Prego, for example, is a brand that I know of, and it has different varieties. It has garlic and onion, or it may have basil and something. So there is no one way to do it. You just do it however you like it. You could even not put any spice in it. Salt and pepper maybe, and then you're done. And just spice it up when you cook it. Like when you open your jar and you're ready to cook with it, then you decide what spices you want to put in it. I didn't even taste this again after I put the oil blend in it. So I'm just wiping the top here with a damp cloth because you don't want anything on your jar that might, whoops, that might keep it from sealing. So I just have my rings and my lids in hot water here in the sink. I don't boil them or anything like that. And then when you tighten them, you're just gonna do fingertip tight. So as tight as you can get with your fingertip. You're not cranking down. You've probably heard that many times if you've watched any canning videos. Okay, so I guess I'm not used to talking and doing this process, so I forgot that I needed to add some lemon juice. I like to use this Santa Cruz organic lemon juice. You can use the green bottle lemon juice, but you should always use a bottle lemon juice. Don't use squeezed fresh lemons, and that's because the acidity level has to be consistent. And from one lemon to the next, that consistency can be different. So I am debubbling, wiping, and I might have to get another set of lids and rings, because I think I have enough in here to get another jar. So this is not by any means a tutorial on how to can your tomato sauce, but since I am sharing with you what I'm doing, I do want to give you the correct information. And so that's why I came back and showed you how I debubbled, and then I came back to show you that I forgot to put the lemon juice. So let me grab another jar. It might fill another quart. We'll see. We had just enough for one more. Well, actually, there's a little bit left. So we had enough to fill a 5th quart, and that's exciting. I'm happy about that. Adding my lemon juice. I will say that this sauce is a little bit thinner, a little bit runnier than my last sauce. I prefer my sauce to be thicker, and part of that I think is because I put less vegetables. I think I had 2 trays worth of vegetables last time. Also, I think I cooked it down a little bit. I was looking at an Instagram picture and an Instagram post, and it's a lot lower, so I think I cooked it down, but I think I was too anxious to get the air back on. Hey guys, I am having some phone issues, but I wanted to get back on really quickly, as long as my phone allows, to share with you the finished product. Here are the 5 quarts of pasta sauce that we made together. I am so excited to finally have it done. As you saw, I have some more tomatoes in the freezer. I will be working through those in the next day or 2. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We've had some enjoyable time, for me anyway, for the past few days. Thanks for joining me in the garden with the chickens, and again with this project. We'll see you soon. Go do something small. Even if it's a small batch canning,